Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Hildebrand. In the last episode, we arrived in Ishgard to begin the Heavensward era Hildebrand quests, and we met up with Nashu, and she was looking for Hildebrand because she thinks that he arrived here after he was blasted off into the sky back in A Realm Reborn. And after doing some inquiries and meeting Godbert and this Inquisitor guy, and then heading out to Kurthus and running into one of the gentle dead men, we were eventually able to locate Hildebrand. And in the antics that were used to try to wake him up, we also discovered a strange mammoth that Hildebrand and Nashu seem to think is a real boy or girl, depending. And after trying to revive its memories by showing it around town and eventually adopting it as their child, they discovered that it has the power to completely repair broken objects. So interesting. And with that, the mammoth has determined that it is a mammoth and has run off. And so we are trying to locate it. So that's why we're back here in Falcon's Nest. And we're trying to rendezvous with Seer, our Inquisitor friend, and see if we can find this thing, which he is now absolutely convinced that it is heretical in nature because he sees heretics everywhere. Because it justifies his job. Alright, so let's go find Seer and keep on plugging away. Oh, there's Hildebrand and Nashu. Aw, even her footsteps are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. Okay, then. Building. I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. It's here. Aha! I knew it. The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her Grandpa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The self-same ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father? What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. Alright, so footprints. The tracks continue to the north. Alright, then let's continue to the north. Alright, the tracks continue to the north. Alright, and there's Gigi. And there's a bunch of dead creatures, and Godbert and his wife, I'm blanking on her name, are having a snowball fight. Very well. Mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. Alright, let's get it up. Ugh, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Yep. Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. That might explain a lot. I expect the earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? What good fortune to cross paths with you lot, so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. Yes, okay. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Grandpapa Godbert. Grandpapa Godbert. Mama Nashu says you wield the power of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life, make me a real boy. Ah, I see. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. There we go. Yeah, you're gonna want to back off. Then let us begin. Okay, then. This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you. Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Beer go guide my hammer. Oh my. Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Here we go. Slow-mo running scene. Papa Hildy. Gigi. So is this like slow-mo running that's happening in real time? Yeah, it looks like it. And here it comes. Clothesline. Let me guess. Buried half in snow with his feet in the air. Yep. Now that brings back some memories. Up a Hildy? Oh dear, who could have done such a thing? And he's back to his original state. By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again, miraculously restored to its original form. Yigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe this body may suit you best. It is, how do I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Mandeville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, nay, I am a Mandeville mammoth. Mother, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods, I knew he was fine in the mammoth, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son. Grandpa Godbert. It all makes sense now. Grandpa Godpert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. I don't think she's going to be happy about that. And what's so bloody ground about it? That isn't going to work. I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Fury, take me. I heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. All right. See her. They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand. Well, at least a mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a mammoth could even have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury take me. Their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure. Report to your superior. One step at a time. One step at a time. And we are being overwatched. Alright. Let's head back to town and talk to Seer again. Alright. Here he is. Right then. My superiors have been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Fortom. Proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. I remain convinced that the mammoth is the product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase, and itself, to its original form. Reconstructed magics are not particularly rare, but this is unlike any I've ever seen before. Alright, that ends that particular chapter. Alright, so what's next? Seer? You stand here before me as proof that Haloni smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Ayame, and before you think to run away screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed, and now missing and presumed dead, Knights of the Heaven's Ward. None have returned to the capital since all the unpleasantness began, yet recently we have heard rumors of these honored sirs walking the streets. 'Tis heresy most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help that we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least this way it'll be on our terms, and we can keep an eye on that boy. Mammoth? Yes, right. Oh, you must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so... Praise Haloni, for a moment I was afraid you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't, to Fortom Manor. Alright. Back to Fortom Manor. The last vigil. And there they are in the gazebo again. Nashu? Little Gigi's been a very naughty girl. Gigi? But why, Papa Hildy? And what's going on? Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming a gentleman. Why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman? Ah, Inquisitor, Seer, Ayame, good morrow to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Business. Always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery, murder, tax evasion? 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 Hey, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruit of my loins, it isn't the fruit of your loins, thank you very much, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true. I was drawing a family crest for our home. You're living here? Now, Guy, I know you are fond of this gazebo, as are we all, but it belongs to Lord Edmont. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmont, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy, and does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle too? Oh, Guy, don't you see? We have no need of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whither we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. And yet you've been sleeping at Lord Edmont's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated. Dangerous indeed, my boy. And besides, we are gentlemen inspectors free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo? I guess. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We are currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as Knights of the Heavensward. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation. Say no more, Inquisitor, say no more. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Are you now? Since when? Mummy, Mother dearest, I was under the impression you had departed for Ulda. I leave my beloved boy to keep on playing and being an inspector as well as a father to a bloody mammoth? Bugger that. You're coming home right this instant. How can you say such things? It is my life's calling to be an inspector, and Gigi is my son. He is a Manderville man. Grand as it is to see you, you have come at a most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defend them from fiends most foul. Come, Nashu. Come, Guy. We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice. Thal's balls, he's stubborn. Probably gets it from a sorry ass of a father. I trust Yolan will help me keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. You don't say no. Well, that could have gone better, and worse. Let's not keep them waiting. Alright. Question the maidens of the last vigil. Let's go find them. Where are we? To the south. Okay. World-weary maiden. Please, do you think me so foolish to fall for their charade? From what I heard from the others, said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward. As if I had not already memorized every detail of my Sir Adelphil's face. Oh, wherever could he be? Probably toast. Because, yeah, we fought them in the Ethereal Chemical Research Facility, And I think they're all toast. Crestfallen maiden. I am truly outside her grace. My allowance all gone to waste on those, ugh, I dare not say it. Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I must needs accept that he now walks in Halone's halls. Vengeful maiden. Nashu? If the knights aren't supposed to, you know, then why are they so popular with the highborn ladies? Why indeed? Seer? I can say one thing with absolute confidence. They're all quite mad. I demand satisfaction. Swift and terrible vengeance. How dare they prey upon a lady's emotions to line their pockets with gil? If Sir Charibert was here, he'd purge a lot of them like the festering sickness they are. Yes, a pity he too remains missing. So very much a pity. Alright, Hildebrand. Papa Hildy, that grandmama over there is staring at us. Now, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you have only one grandmother. Second, and this is tremendously important, never, ever call her that. At least, not yet. Promise? Yes, father. I promise not to call Grandmama Julian Grandmama Julian. Greetings, milady. Oh, ain't you a charmer? And here I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Like that, Papa Hildy? Ah, my faithful assistants. Have you gleaned any new information? Not really. Other than the fact that these women's scorn seem to detest the fake knights with every fiber of their being. These two women were telling me all about what they'd do if they'd cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do then? Bloody oaths and girlish fantasies? And you call yourself a Manderville man. I assure you, Mother, we're only just getting started. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which truth hides is oft unraveled with the tug of a single loose thread. I say, young lady, I would beg but a moment of your time. Somehow, I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, 'tis true. I, too, was taken in by the false promises of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Velguin. When they said I finally could, I didn't hesitate for even a moment. But when they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, I looked on the hideous faces of those so-called grand sirs. I screamed and fled. They were gone when I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said they had overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search. My lady, I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy. Hip hop hooray. Oh, hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Not hip hop. Hip hip hooray. And there you have it. Our quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants. Justice waits for no gentleman. That's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire. Have you? Yeah, it's in the hinterlands. You mean we're to travel to the Dravanian hinterlands right now? Just like that? Yep. This is all kind of post-Dragon Song War stuff anyway, so it should be fine. Rendezvous with Hildebrand in Idleshire. Or Idleshire? Alright, well, here's the whole crew. Nashu. Ooh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk him and feed him and push fresh herbs in his mask every day. Oh, you're talking about one of the goblins? Gigi. This place somehow feels familiar, but it can't possibly have come here before, right? Julian? Bloody waste of time. And Seer. So, that was a harrowing journey during which I felt certain I would die horribly, or at least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. Hildebrand. Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her Uplander and Gabi citizens. Yes, well, I'm glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. Yeah, I guess the Nath and the Illuminati and whatever is left of Nidhogg's horde probably would still be out there. There are no match for Lady Julian and that pan of hers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. God's sakes, Hildy. Except in Ayame, this lot'd be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me. Nonsense. I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son. If I may interject. Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector sense tells me that one of them has knowledge of the false knights we seek. Something the matter there? Alright, let's ask around town and see if anybody has anything. Loud Jocks. Yes. Loud Jocks knows of Grand Sirs. Sneaky uplanders keep to selves, mingle not with gobby flock, but each to own, Loud Jock says. No questions, only jiggly shine. Alright. Game Lona. Oh, you must be talking about them Grand Sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Pay visits to the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why. Really? Exceedingly experienced treasure hunter. Why, you look awfully familiar. Oh, I know all about the Grand Sirs. They keep to themselves in that building of theirs, south of the round spot. You'd best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch, liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible that I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman? What? Look behind you, a three-headed Gobu. Why do I feel like I've not seen the last of that old woman? Oh, most certainly not. Alright, Hildy. If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location. We happen to have just that. The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building to the south of the markets? Good show, Ayame. I guess that's our building. There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. Is anybody home? It would seem that no one is home. There is naught we can do but wait, then. Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here. You may be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Did anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? As I live and whatever. Hildebrand, Heliodor, Maximilian, Manderville. It's Slowfix. Could that be? I say, could that be Slowfix coin toss? Do you know this Gabi, Inspector? I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Thanalan long ago, Gabi Flock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jingly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to backtake goods. Until we make busy deal with Gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness, he finds Uplander bandits and brings much bangy boom, and returns to goodly Gabi's missing goods and great justice. Henceforth, Slowfix gains new appreciation for Uplanders, but for a chance encounter with Gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of egalitarian utopia. One may even claim Hildy a founding father of Idleshire, with metaphorical tongue flaps, that is. Oh, the memories. It was a near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. But in my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand, and, as they say, boom Gabi boom. Corn, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals indeed. But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix, just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes. Gabi Flax has come a long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten Gentleman Uplander's kindness. Slowfix is here to offer a hand lending. Oh, far be it for me to refuse. My son Gigi has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. It would not require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice. Why settle for gazebo in perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building in arrears and Slowfix happy to evict them. But we are pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women. Fraud? In Slowfix's egalitarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grandsirs. No need for jingly shine either. Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own. Oh, they got a house now. I do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix. Thank you. No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gabi Flock has possessed a moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo and good luck with hunt for Grandsirs. Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw our family crest on it? I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion, and perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former tenants. Come, let us go and purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas. Now he's gone and gotten himself a sodden gazebo. Bloody hells, if he really thinks I'm gonna let him keep on playing at being a father. Well, there's some paint. And there's a brush. That's a nice drawing. And no one's shown up. Still no sign of the notorious Grandsirs. I dare say we're going to need more paint. Alright. Let's see what everyone has to say. Gigi? How do you like my family crest? Oh, maybe I should have also painted Grandpapa Godbert and Milady Julian. Nosher? Gigi's so talented, just like her grandpapa. See her? That old woman must have followed us here from Ishgard. She's involved in this, that much is clear, but the question is how? And Julian? Even supposing I were to turn a blind eye to his shenanigans, this is no place to raise a child. Don't trust anyone over 60. Much as it pains me to admit, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Hey, Inspector, is it just me or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? Oh, it is quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs. Come on, they're getting away. Alright. So we need to head outside the gates. Now the question is, which gate? And of course I picked the wrong one. Alright. That is Julian? Spare the flamin' rod, spoil the milksop. See her? Here, take me. I haven't run like that since Sir Sheribert chased me up and down the steps of faith, brandishing a flaming... Wait, where is Gigi? And Nashu? Where could those two have got to? Hildy? Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions. You have nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once. I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs. Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds. Yeah, they're definitely not the Heaven's Word. Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which hath pierced the very heavens, Orland. Master of magic's ancient and awesome, the divine hand which hath defeated all maladies save senescence and incontinence. Goon's part. Grand Sirs Excelsior. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both. Grandsires, Grandsirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am come on behalf of these poor, defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now, lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. Ah, the audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. You will rue this day, and rue it hard. So you're a dragoon. Gods, how I've missed this. The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. It was on a day like this that we met, wasn't it? And we soared into those azure skies we never truly came back down. Do mine eyes deceive? Pig's knee of my heart, descendant from Halone's halls to guide me to her bosom? My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher. Higher, higher, higher. I think he's passed out. Orland, Orland, Orland. Yeah, he passed out and smashed into the ground. Alas, poor Orland, I knew him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. Yeah, flashback. Wait, I've seen this before. All too recently. Yes. Anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Yeah, you use some healing on him. Oh, you were referring to me? I see, I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, yes, I'll get right on that. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command that I may smite... No, wait, that's no good. Let me see. Something of a rather less controversial tradition. Yes, something with more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes. Foes? I thought you were friends. And he fell asleep. Well, he's still kicking at least. Saint Rainette bugging me with a bleeding gay bog. My back. It seems I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us. Enough. Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Of course. Iggy, but when? How? I thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Bear of faces fair and fearsome, the midnight shadow which hath deceived kings and queens. Doris. You can't possibly have been so naive to think that we'd not see through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for life on the road. All has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes. From the first, the objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way, we have no desire to hurt the boy, but we require his help to reclaim that which is rightfully ours, our youth. A bomb. Confound it, I can't see. Damn, they're very slowly getting away. Papa Hildy. Gigi. Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. You know, or we could just, you know, stop them now. Okay then. Julian. Fine job you did protecting that mammoth of his, eh? Seer. Remind me again, why didn't we just, you know... Don't even. Just go with it. Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages. Hildebrand. Well, strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. Now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we'll have to prepare ourselves for the worst. They could be halfway to Razdad Han by now. I doubt it. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an adamantoise's pace. Little Milksop's right. Let's get after the old buggers. Huh? That's what my mentor used to call me. Among other things. Oh, the memories. Alright. Let's go. Oh, there's our group. Where's Hildebrand? Ah, hiding in the bushes. Julian? Let me guess. Wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him up beside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot of a son deal with his troubles on his own. That's why. Nashu? I think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes. Seer? We mustn't act rashly. If they realize we are being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. So, it seems that the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it. Only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and you shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon and take him hostage and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, we shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Ayame will stalk and subdue the Grand Seer, then relieve him of his armor. How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him a hostage? Rest assured, I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Ayame. Alright, let's go ambush the elderly gentleman. Hello, Orland. Ah, I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Goonspart can't seem to soothe with his magics. You want me to give you a massage? Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course. How silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the straps. We just get him out of his armor willingly. Really, young lady, you are a saint. Ah, I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Ah, the healing tingle. Would that I had a tincture of salamander oil with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers in each and every knot, slowly. Make me forget my troubles. Alright then. Harder, higher, close your eyes and dream. And he's out. The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops, and begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Alright, well, we'll relieve him of the rest of his gear. With the utmost care, remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears and tentacled moorballs. May he rest in peace. Alright then. We have the armor. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon, and by taking care, I mean afford him all due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I desire? Yep, we got it. Capital. Then without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. O ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of Manderville guile and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? Just ate, you daft bugger. Where in the hell is Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, you could at least be quick about it. And he's just wearing the armor. Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I have returned. Yes, because that's a... Okay. Oh, bollocks. It's about time. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must first release young Iggy here. 'Tis behavior unbecoming a gentleman to keep children in cages. What in the seven hells are you blabbing about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See? Still here within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn to the wilderness. Fury, take me. It's working. He's about to walk out of there with Gigi, and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. I'm cold and there are morbles after me. I'm me, but you're also me. But that can't be, unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Pigsney, we'll be together at last. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would make a minstrel blush? Ye gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much. Now's our chance. Gigi, come with me. Vivi, wait! Vivi. My son, what's gotten into you? Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi, what you are, a creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now, we lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world. What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything, yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so, in his ignorance, he cast you out and died all alone. To turn back the hands of time? And what we witnessed in the Crozier with the Duke's priceless vase, and that power could be brought to bear on people? Wait, how do you know all this? You couldn't have possibly been associates of this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips to the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match. No soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard has no longer had need of our services. We came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state. To turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. Fury, take me. This is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look, even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the western highlands. A chance, or a second chance, was within reach. And then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Vivi, yep. Impossible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse. And I need not review the precepts to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait. What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a Manderville mammoth. You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him, so even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of that chapter, eh? You're giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I've ever stood by it. Mayhap it was from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. It falls to me as father to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work and cannot thank you enough for all you have done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue it as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as how we can only guess the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right, then, there is no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. I suppose I've been ashamed to be given up that easily, though that means I have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then... Alright. Seer? I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation of that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. Alright, we'll go speak with Seer in Foundation, and then we'll probably call it a day there. Ah, I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the Mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that? As if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one. I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Ayame. That will be all. And that'd be the end of that chapter. Alright, so with that, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.